Hi all, this is a complete guide for any Fixit's part of the Family Battler achievement. I'll add timestamps in the description so you can easily jump to the fight you want. First up is Hobbyist Aquarist. Your first pet is a spawning Gnathus with Swallow You Whole, Lightning Shield and Paralysing Shock. Your second pet is a Coastal Scuttler with Frostbite, Stampede and Bubble. And finally, any level 25 aquatic pet. I went with a Plump Jelly with Tentacle Slap, Rain Dance and Squeeze. This one probably won't be used. Start with Lightning Shield, followed by Paralysing Shock, and then Swallow You Whole until the Nightmare Weaver is defeated. Once the Nightmare Weaver is defeated, the repaired portable fire starter enters. Use Lightning Shield on cooldown, Paralysing Shock on cooldown, and Swallow You Whole to fill until defeated, if not already. Once your spawn is defeated, bring in your Coastal Scuttler. Start with Bubble, followed by Stampede. Once Stampede is finished, cast Frostbite until the fire starter is defeated. Once the fire starter is defeated, the fixed remote control rocket chicken enters. Use Bubble if off cooldown, otherwise use Frostbite until the fight is done. The rocket chicken will defeat itself. Next up we have Beast Mode. Very bad RNG here. This will take a number of tries but will work eventually. Your first pet is a Cinder Pup with Bark, Crouch and Volcano. Your second pet is a Zanzalari Kneebiter with Hunting Party, Black Claw and Bloodfang. And finally a Fell Piglet with Fell Immolate, Pig Out and Headbutt. Due to the random stuns from Volcano and Headbutt, it's hard to predict exactly what will happen. Just follow the strat even if the enemy pets are swapped in and out. Or if your pets are defeated early, just continue on. If you can get this part of the achievement elsewhere, I would skip this one. However, start with Volcano, then swap to your Kneebiter. With your Kneebiter in the battle, cast Black Claw, followed by Hunting Party, then Bloodfang, now Black Claw until defeated if not already. Once defeated, bring in your Cinder Pup, cast Volcano if off cooldown. If still recharging, then cast it once it's off cooldown. Crouch on cooldown, otherwise Bark until defeated. Once your Cinder Pup is defeated, your Fell Piglet enters. Use Pig Out on cooldown, Headbutt on cooldown and Fell Immolate to fill until the fight is done. As mentioned, this one is RNG, so expect to take a bunch of tries. Good luck, you'll need it. Now for critters with huge teeth. Your first pet is a Fire Beetle, or similar pet, with Burn and Cauterize. Your second pet is Crispin, with Burn, Crouch and Flamethrower. And your final pet, a Lava Beetle, or similar pet, with Burn and Cauterize. Start with Burn, followed by Cauterize. Now simply use Cauterize on cooldown and Burn to fill until defeated. Once your beetle is defeated, bring in Crispin. Start with Crouch. Then Flamethrower. Now use Crouch and cooldown. Keep the Flamethrower debuff active, otherwise burn until if and when defeated. If Crispin is also defeated, use your final pet to clean up. Next we have Dragons Make Everything Better. Your first pet is a Death Talon Wealth Guard with Blitz, Spiked Skin and Dark Flame. Your second pet is a Dragon Hawk Hatchling or similar pet with Conflagrate and Flamethrower. And finally, any level 25 Dragonkin pet. This one is unlikely to be used in any meaningful way, but if you have one, take a Twilight Clutch Sister with Twilight Fire and Phase Shift. Start with Spiked Skin, followed by Dark Flame. Now simply refresh Spiked Skin when it drops off, Dark Flame will cool down, and Blitz to fill until defeated. Once your Whelp Guard is defeated, bring in your Dragon Hawk. Start with Flamethrower. Followed by Conflagrate. Now use Conflagrate and cooldown and Flamethrower to fill until if and when defeated, which will probably be the first round against the final pet. If your Dragon Hawk is defeated, your final pet enters. Just pass if the Rocket Chicken is in the battle, otherwise use normal attacks to clean up. Next is Element of Success. All you need for this one is a Ruby Sapling or similar pet with Iron Bark, Poison Branch and Photosynthesis, and then any 2 level 25 elemental pets as backup. These are unlikely to be used. Start with Iron Bark, followed by Photosynthesis, Iron Bark, and then Poison Branch. Now simply just refresh Photosynthesis when it drops off, reapply Poison Branch when the debuff has dropped off, and Iron Bark to fill until the fight is done. If both Photosynthesis and Poison Branch drop off at the same time, use Iron Bark between the reapplications so that the Iron Bark damage reduction buff never drops off from your sapling. Now for fun with flying. Your first pet is Icky with Quills, Black Claw and Flog. Your second pet is a Diabeak Hatchling with Falcosaur Swarm, Iron Skin and Predatory Strike. And finally a Turaclaw Hatchling with Alpha Strike and Dodge. Start with Icky and cast Black Claw, followed by Flog. Now Quills until the Nightmare Weaver or your Icky is defeated. If your Icky is defeated, bring in your Diabeak. Use Predatory Strike if the Weaver is in its mechanical round. Otherwise start with Iron Skin, then Predatory Strike and Falcosaur Swarm until the Nightmare Weaver is defeated. Once the Weaver is defeated, the Portable Fire Starter enters. If Icky was still alive, cast Black Claw, followed by Flog until defeated. If your Diabeak was the active pet, use Predatory Strike and cooldown if there's a Shattered Defenses debuff active, Iron Skin on cooldown, and Falcosaur Swarm to fill until the Fire Starter or your Diabeak is defeated. If your Diabeak is defeated, use your Turaclaw's Dodge and cooldown and Alpha Strike to fill until the fight is done. Next we have Human Resources. Your first pet is a Helper with Ice Lance, Cold Blizzard and Ice Tomb. Your second pet is a Harbinger of Flame with Burn, Immolate and Conflagrate, and finally, just as backup, an Anubisaf Idol with Crush, Stone Skin and Rupture. Start with Ice Tomb, followed by Cold Blizzard. Now use Ice Tomb on cooldown, Cold Blizzard on cooldown and Ice Lance to fill until either of the first 2 pets or your Helper are defeated. If either of the first 2 pets are defeated, stop using Ice Tomb. We don't want the Rocket Chicken in the battle. If your helper is defeated, bring in your Harbinger of Flame, cast Immolate, followed by Conflagrate. Now keep the Immolate debuff active, use Conflagrate and cooldown if Immolate's burn effect is active, otherwise burn until defeated or the fight is won. If you get some bad RNG, use your idol to clean up. Now for Magician's Secrets. Your first pet is Abyssius with Flamethrower and Volcano. Your second pet is a Netherspace Abyssal with Immolate and Nethergate. And finally a Blood Boil with Disease Bite, Plague Blood and Drain Blood. Start with Abyssius and cast Volcano. Now use Volcano on cooldown and Flamethrower to fill until defeated. Once defeated, bring in your Netherspace Abyssal. If the remote control rocket chicken is swapped in due to a stun, then use Nethergate to force it out, otherwise just spam Immolate until if and when defeated. If defeated, your Blood Boil enters. Start with Drain Blood and use this on cooldown, otherwise keep Plague Blood applied and Disease Bite to fill until the fight is done. Next up is Machine Learning. Your first pet is Tinytron with Flamethrower, Lightning Shield and Fire Shield. Your second pet is a Mechanical Pandaran Dragonkin with Breath, Thunderbolt and Decoy. And finally, any level 25 mechanical pet. This one is unlikely to be used. Start with Fire Shield, followed by Lightning Shield. Now simply use Fire Shield on cooldown, Lightning Shield on cooldown and Flamethrower to fill until if and when defeated. Usually your Tinytron will last until the final pet, however on occasion can be defeated early. If this happens, bring in your Mechanical Pandaran Dragonkin, cast Decoy if you feel it's needed, otherwise Thunderbolt on cooldown and Breath to fill until the fight is done. And finally, not quite dead yet. All you'll need for this is the Son of Seth with Plague Blood, Touch of the Animus and Drain Blood, and then any two level 25 undead pets. These won't be used. Start with Touch of the Animus. Now simply follow this priority. Use Drain Blood at around 900 health, otherwise Touch of the Animus on cooldown and Plague Blood to fill until the fight is done. Hope you found this video helpful and thanks for watching.